It's like, so any musician that's listening out there, just know that like, it's not, if you don't get accepted, it does not mean you're a bad musician.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really just getting your name out there more and networking, because I know a lot of other talented musicians who did not get to play the fair. So
I'm wondering how I'm going to start the episode, because I usually don't have like a saying, and like even this could be the start of it.
yeah.
But thank you for joining me. Katie Chappell, welcome back to the podcast. It's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a year, and I'm happy you're back, and I'm happy to catch up. And I guess, what's been happening for the past year for you?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been a really, really busy year with music, and, everything's kind of, I didn't expect to get so many gigs this past year. So I've just been so busy with music, playing at a lot of wineries, even the hotels in Paso. So I've been getting booked a lot of new places, which has been great. And recently, I actually got asked to play at the Mid-State Fair for July 17th. So I'm really excited, on the Mission Square stage.
Congratulations. So they reached out to you.
Yes, they did. And it's funny because I've actually tried to get booked at the fair the past 2 years before, and I always got denied. And then this year they reached out to me, and I got booked for a Friday night on July 17th at the Mission Square stage, which I'm super excited about.
July 17th. So that is a Friday.
Yep, correct.
Oh, that's a busy day too.
Yep, it's a busy night. I'm very excited. And I'll have a full band with me too, so.
Yeah, I see your posts, and sometimes you're by yourself, sometimes you're with the violinist, sometimes you're with the full band. How do you decide how full, like, this is obviously a big deal, so you want to have like some backup.
Of course.
But like, do you go based off the size of the audience, or?
Yes, typically.
Okay.
I absolutely love playing with other musicians, but sometimes, honestly, if it's a smaller venue, it really depends on if there's other musicians available or the pay, because I have split the money. So
Yeah.
but if it's a bigger venue, or if the winery wants more of a fuller sound, then I will hire other musicians to accompany me. But lately I've just been having fun. I think I'm getting back into that, where I just want to have fun and play and just really feel the music and enjoy playing with other musicians. I've been really fortunate lately to be playing with a lot of great, talented people. And they all have a different sound and style. For tonight, I played with a musician named Jesse Baker. He's a very talented guitarist, also a winemaker. And then yesterday I played with a talented violinist, Maya Rose. She has been playing since she was a kid. A lot of locals know her because when she was 7, she used to play at the farmers markets and stuff. And she's very talented. And I play with a jazz musician as well. He's great. His name's Robert. He's an amazing jazz musician. So he adds a whole different style, because he's, sometimes I do country, but he adds this really beautiful, just a whole different sound to the music. So it's fun to play with different people. Logan Castro is an amazing celloist, and I get to play with him sometimes. He's so talented. So it's just been really fun to play with different musicians and get the feel of just different sounds and see what we can do. It's been a lot of fun.
So when you play with different instruments, or people with different instruments, do you guys rehearse, or do you guys have to adjust like on the spot?
It depends who it is, because some of these guys and women can just jump up and play, and they'll follow me. And I am amazed by that, because I am not a musician who can do that.
Okay.
I have to know the songs, and I have to practice. I get nervous if I don't know something. But some of these talented musicians, they all just feel it, and they can play by ear. And I'm always amazed by that. How talented they are in that way. I wish I could do that. So yeah, it's just, they're very talented. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, and one thing I know, you teach guitar too to kids, right? Or you used to?
So
Or
I used to.
okay,
I actually this recent year I had to stop. I was teaching guitar and vocal lessons and
okay.
songwriting, but since I actually commute all the way to King City now for my job, I during the school year, I just have no time to do it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of torn. I said I was going to do less gigs this year because I was like, oh well, now that I'm working so far away, I'll probably do less gigs, and that did not happen. I did more gigs this year than I did the previous year.
Yeah.
So I always say I'm going to slow down, but it's hard for me to say no to some of these gigs. It's just fun, you know?
Yeah.
I think about it. I'm like, well, I'd just be at home probably playing music on my couch anyway. And I might as well, you know, to say yes, get paid to practice.
Yeah, the only reason I bring it up is because I remember asking you about like, hey, do you do kids guitar lessons for my kid? And you're like, oh,
yes.
maybe in summer when it slows down, and you haven't slowed down.
No.
So I'm just like, which is fine. Obviously, do you kind of thing. But
Yes.
it's very interesting that like I was like, yeah, she's busy. How is she going to teach other kids when she's over, pretty much every weekend, right?
Yes,
Almost every weekend.
But it's been every weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been very busy. So, and then when I'm not doing my own music gigs, I've been doing some people have asked me to sing backup for their like videos that they're shooting, or in the studio when they're recording. So I've gotten to do that. So that's been fun too. It's been a challenge for me because it's been a while since I've done backup vocals and things like that. So I like to challenge myself, and I've been trying to push myself to venture out a little bit and try new things.
Is there anything out there that's coming out that you were backup for, or is it already out?
Yes, actually, yes. My friend Jeff Livingstone, he's very talented. He just came out with a couple of new songs and music videos we recorded actually out here, actually in Parkfield at Middle Ridge Studios, which is really cool. It's this little log cabin that's been there for, I don't know, it was like the early 1900s. And it's out in the middle of nowhere on a ranch. And this man turned it into a studio, and he's been recording bands live there. And it just has a cool feel. It was really fun. And we had a great time. So they filmed it, and then we recorded a live recording of us all playing, and it was really fun. So yeah, I think he actually just released that today. Because I got the video today for the first time. So
What's the name of the song?
it's called Goodbye California by Jeff Livingstone. Yeah,
Okay.
He's very talented.
Goodbye, California. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at it after. As far as the fair, you've tried multiple times to get at the fair. What was that process like? Let's start there.
Well, last year, you have to fill out an application, and then you send in videos. And I was denied. I was surprised, but I will say, I know this is like gonna probably not make a lot of people happy. However, I really feel like it's who you know, and kind of word of mouth. I sometimes I think with whoever books it, someone was like, oh yeah, Katie Chappell, because I've tried, and I don't think I'm that bad. I'm a musician, but I feel like it is who you know.
Yeah.
And also just the fact that I've been playing so much, you kind of see my name more out there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're going with that. But because there's been a lot of talented people that have tried to get booked there, and they haven't. So I don't know the process. I don't know who this mysterious person is behind the hiring of musicians for the fair, but you kind of tend to see the same kind of people getting booked sometimes in some places, so there must be some hierarchy that I'm not aware of.
So you record, you put an application, you record a video, you send in the raw video, or do you like send a YouTube video? Because I know for the Star Spangled Banner, they have you record a YouTube video and send it in.
I also got denied for that when I did that years ago. Yes. I laughed.
Interesting.
I only did that once, and it was when I first moved to Paso. I was like, oh, I'll try this. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get accepted for that. But no, for the application for the musicians for the fair, you send in like a live video of you performing, like a YouTube video. Mm-hmm. And then you send them a link to your social media and kind of a little bio about yourself.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to do that this year. Someone emailed me. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm
Maybe they went through like the old
I don't think
interviews?
so. I
Somebody
don't
probably
know.
dropped your name.
Yes,
let's put it,
for
because
sure.
you're like I said, you've been showing up every weekend somewhere.
Yes.
And like some of the places they should, like this, what was it called today? The stage or the back or the stage or the porch.
Oh yes,
the porch in Santa Margarita.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty good following, and you know, I saw their views on some of their posts. I'm like, okay, so maybe there too. You know,
Yeah.
So you're showing up places where people are actually like active on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably it. But I always like, so any musician that's listening out there, just know that like it's not, if you don't get accepted, it does not mean you're a bad musician.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really just getting your name out there more and networking, because I know a lot of other talented musicians who did not get to play the fair. So, and some that are way better than me. So,
Yeah, I remember there was in high school. I want to say junior year in high school, there was a girl in choir that said she tried out for American Idol. She got to a certain point and they told her no. And I remember her being really good, and I was just so surprised because you see the bad people show up on the show, and she goes, "Yeah, it's for ratings. Like
it is.
They're very selective."
I think so. I think people, if you have a built-in following, or they want a story or an image, a certain look.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I knew that. I think the singer Lainey Wilson, is that her name? The country singer?
I haven't kept up with anybody.
Yeah, she's playing the same night on the grand stage that I'm playing. So maybe they wanted like a female kind of vibe to go with that night. So I'm not sure, but actually no, I probably said her. Everyone's gonna get mad at me now because I don't think that's her name. She's a country singer. Forgive me, I don't know her name, but she's a big deal. I know that people really want to see her.
The only person I've heard she got interviewed with What's Up North County was something Twisselman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cassie Twisselman or Kate, something like that.
Yeah, this person is like on the grand stage, like the big like arena.
Yeah.
And she's a famous country singer. So I think her tickets are like $600 a piece or something now. So, yeah, one day. But you know what? I did put this out into the universe last year. I was like, I'm going to be playing at the fair. Like that's my goal, is to play at the fair. And then I got booked for the fair. And then, so now I'm going to put this in the universe now. I'm going to open up for somebody at the fair or at Vino Robles. Like if somebody that's in town, they need a local act, I'm your girl. I'm going to put this out into the universe. Cause I said that last year, and here I am, I'm going to do the fair. So I'm going to push the following year. I'm just going to keep moving on up just slightly. Yeah. Hey, even if it's just a national anthem, hey, I'm down for that.
I know. I want, like, for some reason, one day I just want to do the national anthem. Like, if I put in a video and like they have me do it, and like I just want to see like people in the audience go, "Is that Miguel?" Like, just what is he? Oh, say, like that'd just start cool. Going. That'd be kind of cool. And like, I didn't know he can sing. Like,
that would be cool.
I thought about that. I'm like, that'd be kind of cool. Just show up there and like, what the hell is it? And everybody like cheers after, and like I just like disappear. But so have you put some thought into career now, since you're like getting some traction here, like because school's about to start in like a month?
Yeah, August 5th, I go back.
So you're still going to stay full-time, obviously,
yes,
right? Okay.
I am. I have to. I need health insurance. I need a pension. If magically someone was like, hey, come on tour with us, or come sing backup, or hey.
You have a number in mind?
Of course. I mean, I don't know. I would just do it.
Okay.
I wouldn't care about the money. I would do it.
Okay.
But ideally, my goal is I want to write songs for other people. I love writing songs, and I have so many songs, and I feel like I write really good, really catchy songs, and I would love to be a songwriter for so many people. That's my main goal. Then actually that's what I'm working on now, is just recording as many songs as I can, and I'm still writing like all the time. And I want to have a catalog that I can present to people. And so that's kind of how it works in the industry, is you create a catalog of songs, and then you can shop them out to people. So I would love to have other people sing my songs. That is my dream goal, is to have other people sing my songs.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what I want.
That's kind of like how, what's his name? Bruno Mars did, right? He wrote a lot of people's songs.
So, yes.
He's like, there's songs that like, I think it was in an interview. He was like, "Oh, I did that song." I was like, "What? That's not Taylor Swift. She does her songs, but like it was somebody very specific, like famous." He goes, "Oh yeah, I wrote that song."
Yes.
I was like, "Oh, can you sing it for a little bit, just to And he sang it. And same thing with Will Ferrell, or Pharrell Williams, sorry.
Oh yeah, Pharrell
Yeah,
Williams. Yeah,
yeah.
he does. He writes a lot of songs for a lot of people.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of like singers out there that do that for a very long time, and all of a sudden somebody said, "Hey, let's make some songs yours,"
Yes.
and then they take off.
That would be so cool. I mean, I always think when I just wrote a song recently.
Okay.
Actually, this past week I finally finished it, and I think people assume I just do country music. I don't just do country music. I actually do a lot of other music. I kind of started doing country when I moved here. I mean, I did a little bit back in the day, but
Yeah.
I absolutely love writing pop songs. And I wrote one the other day, and I was like, this is a Taylor Swift song. Like, she would sing this song, and I just thought like, oh, this is so Taylor Swift. But it's fun. It's fun to write. I love writing catchy songs.
Yeah.
I love songs. I want all of my songs to get stuck in people's heads, and I even if you hate it, I want it stuck in your head, because that's a good song to me if it just you can't get out of your head. So yeah, that's always really fun.
Well, do you have an idea of what you're going to be singing at the fair?
Yeah, so I'll do a mix of covers and originals. So I'll do a lot of my own songs, but I kind of my thing that I do is I'll do like 2 covers, throw in an original. 2 covers, throw in an original. Because, people want to hear covers. They want to hear what they know. They're drinking. They're having fun. They want to dance.
Yeah.
But once you kind of get them going, then you say, oh, yeah, I actually am. This next song is a song I wrote. And then people kind of stop and listen sometimes.
Yeah.
And then they get into it. So I'll do kind of my upbeat songs if I see I've only been to the fair once. And from what I saw at that stage, a lot of people like to dance, and they're hanging out there drinking, eating, and stuff. So, but there was a lot of people dancing when I was there. So I know that people want songs they can dance to and have fun to. And it'll be the nighttime. I'm sure people are going to be drunk and having a good time. So I'll try to keep it upbeat and fun for everybody. I might throw some little slow songs in there, just for the lovers out there that want to dance with a partner. So
I think I heard you on Instagram singing like more of a hip hop song, but like slower. Which one was that one with the violinist?
Okay, we did Nelly. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, it's getting. Yeah. I saw that, and I was just like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I like to do songs like that. I like to turn those songs
and make it into a ballad.
Yes, I do. I love to do it, because then someone's like, wait, I know this song. How do I know this song? They're like, oh, is this Nelly? It's getting hot in here, and then they'll realize it. Yeah, that's always fun. I do a song, an Aaliyah cover of like "Tell Me You're That Somebody" too, and then I do Britney Spears. I do a couple fun little covers that always surprise people, but and I have some that I've been working on lately too, so I'm excited to get those down to kind of throw them into the mix.
Now, are you rehearsing with the band at all before then? Because I know we talked a little bit about like how quickly you guys put it together.
So I've been playing with the guitarist, and then the fiddle player, and the drummer, Teddy Romero, shout out to him. We have not practiced yet, but he knows my songs, and he's just a professional, and he can do his thing. So it'll be good. Yeah. So it's good to have good musicians that are wanting to play with me and back me up, because they're just professional. Like I said, these people are the type that can just jump on and play, and those guys are like the type that like touring musicians. They can jump on with any band and play, and they have that talent. So I'm very, very lucky that they want to play with me, because they're so professional. But we have a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's what it's all about, though. You want to have fun. You can't get stressed about it. Like sometimes I have that where I'm a perfectionist, and it has to sound perfect, but once I let loose and it's like, okay, we're doing this because we're having fun, and you just start feeling the music and having fun, and you see people dancing and having a good time, that's when you're like, you just kind of relax, and it's just melts. You melt into the music. It's pretty great when that happens.
We were talking on the phone earlier before we recorded, and you said something along the lines like you have a senior following, and I'm like, okay, senior, okay. Are you playing at senior centers?
No. I know a bunch of amazing retarees.
Okay.
And they actually are the ones who always push me to play more music.
Okay.
And they always support me. They come to so many of my gigs, and they bring their friends, and they bring their little crew, and they're so so amazing. And they're living their best life out in Paso. They are retired. They go to the wineries. They support so many local musicians, and they are amazing. Actually, they're Diane Smith. Shout out to her. Smith Notes 805. She supports so many local musicians. No, she books. She'll be like, hey, there's an opening at Club Car Bar. Do you want this spot? And hey, this person canceled. Do you want this gig? She's just so helpful.
Yeah,
she's amazing. And so, but she loves music, and she supports art and music, and she's been amazing. She even does house shows and for touring bands or artists that are in town, and she's just. So yeah, that following, they're amazing people. I love them. I'm really lucky that I've met so many cool people in Paso. Coming from LA, where nobody cares, you're just another person out there, and you're playing for drink tickets. Paso has been so kind to me. Yeah, I am so thankful. I mean, Paso has been so kind and good to me that I am so thankful and grateful to be here and just be playing music on the weekends, drinking delicious wine, meeting really cool people. It's been awesome. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, I can see you continuing this because like I think it's awesome what you're doing, and it's something a lot of people. I mean, if you're a musician, you go do it too, like right. But I feel like there's a lot of good singers out there that just kind of like sort of give up somewhat quickly.
Yeah,
like they know how to play, they know how to do stuff, but like if they don't get traction, I can see them kind of like fizzle out.
Yeah,
but you're doing like the opposite. You're actually gaining traction because you're putting yourself out there. Now you're asked to go play somewhere. Like, does your mind kind of like start daydreaming a little bit? Like, oh, where's this going?
Sometimes, but I get what you're saying when people kind of give up, or I've played to nobody very many times where you have to, you'll go somewhere you're hired and you're expected to play and nobody's there. And sometimes you get really hard on yourself because you're just like, oh no, like nobody's here. But then you can't let that get you down. Like you can't, like what I think whenever I'm in a situation like that, where I'm like, okay, this is practice right now. I'm still going to sing. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to just, enjoy this pretty view wherever I'm at, wherever I'm playing, and just do it. And then, but sometimes it is like those moments kind of can get to you. But now that I'm having more of a traction, like a more of a following, and like there's more traction going on, it feels good, but also like you can't get it in your head. You know what I mean? Like to me, I'm just like, okay, I'm still really lucky to be doing this. This is fun. And, sometimes I wish I want to push myself and do more, but that's kind of where I'm at now, where I'm like, I'm really enjoying playing with other musicians. So I kind of want to keep doing that, playing more gigs with other people joining me, because it does change the whole sound and it is a lot more fun. Yeah. And I think people enjoy it more too. Yeah. I think people really enjoy that banter on stage and the energy, So
yeah. Has there ever been? I mean, you don't have to name anything, but any bad energy with any bands?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah. It was hard. Like when I first moved here, I would try to go out to Slow and like meet musicians, and you do have like a lot of clickiness or people that are competitive. And you still see that in Paso too. There are musicians that are competitive and they almost get like jealous. And I actually realized I had this thought the other day. I was in a winery and I thought, hey, wineries and musicians have something kind of in common, because you see the wineries that are like, they'll talk negatively about other places, right? Or businesses too, that'll just be like, they're all about themselves. Yeah. The places I've seen that are doing really well are the businesses that are collaborating with other businesses and and building people up and joining forces with other people. And I feel like that with musicians. Yeah. When you are supporting other musicians, that's actually how I've met so many amazing musicians. Is on my days off, I'll go and support other musicians. I'll go watch somebody play. And because I want to, I love watching other musicians play. And usually I meet another person there that's like, oh, hey, I play bass. I play, fiddle, I do this, and you network and you meet these people and they're really great. It's the ones that are all for one, just like they're for themselves. And same with businesses that just think like, oh, we're better. Like we don't need, you're not going to that's not how this works. And it really is like a self-sabotaging.
Those businesses that do that, I feel like they're the ones struggling the most.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah. And they'll say all these negative things about everyone else. But if they only just, networked and became and supported other people, you'd be amazed. Like I played actually at this new winery recently, and it was so cool. So I was there, and all of a sudden I see like all these other people from other wineries that work, and they all came to support them, and it was packed. It was a packed house, and there was so many people out there supporting them, and I thought, this is kind of how it should be, like, and it was such a fun day. Because you could tell that they're just good humans, and it was just a good feeling too. So, and they did really well that day, and like wine and sales, I'm sure. And it was a good feeling. And I was like, oh, this is how it should be. And I thought the same with musicians, like if we all just stuck together and support one another instead of working against each other, we're going to go further. Yeah.
Cause I've talked to people who book, bands or musicians for the wineries, like here and there. And I've like, let's say I pitched you to a winery, right? And she told me, it's like, I'm all the way booked to this certain date or blah, 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 but tell her to email me anyway, because there's always cancellations. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So like, I can imagine like, as long as your name's out there, or if a musician has to cancel, I think they have like some sort of like an ability to give somebody the opportunity in a way.
Yeah.
What's the saying? Like all, rising tides raise all boats or something like that. What is it called?
I'm not sure.
Like all the, rising tides raises all boats. So if everybody has, raise each other up, it's beneficial for everybody.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. I don't know. I'm not a really good motivational speaker.
No, I know what you're saying.
So it's like in my head, I'm just like, okay, like even if you don't book the gig, even if you don't like, as long as your name's going out there, whether it's through the person booking or the other musicians, because I'm sure other musicians are like, oh, you got to book her.
Yeah. No, I always, if a winery or a business asks me to perform and I'm not available that day, I have a list of my musician friends. And I'm like, actually, I'm not available, but you should try these people. And I always send them their way. Or if I have to cancel, which is rare, but there has been times actually for the day after I play the fair, I had to cancel my gig that I had the following day because I got invited backstage passes to Eric Church and Randy Houser. My friend's actually playing guitar for them. And a friend I went to high school with, he's tours with Randy. And so he's like, hey, you still live in Paso? I'll be playing at the fair. I'm like, I'm playing at the fair, not at the cool stage like you, but but he's actually going to show up. So he might actually come up on stage and play some songs with me. Nice. Hoping that'll be so fun. But yeah. But I had to get my gig covered, so I suggested a few people to the person, like, oh, I'm so sorry, I have to cancel. But, like, it's kind of a good opportunity and a networking opportunity, and, like, how many people get to,
look behind the curtain like that?
Yeah, so I'm excited, just because it's, to me, I honestly, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know any Eric Church songs, and Randy Houser, I looked at it, but he's a famous country person, to see them doing their thing and like they're so successful, and it's just cool to see like, wow, there's so many people, and it's so cool and it's fun, and I'm excited. And it's to see my friend play, like I went to high school with him, so to see him, and he was a metalhead in high school, and now he's playing with a country guy, so it's pretty cool to see someone that is living the dream, just touring, I think he has like 75 shows a year with them, and he's always touring and doing his thing, and I always have to pick his brain when he's in town. Like during the holidays, he'll be in Orange County visiting his family, and I'll be visiting mine, but we'll meet up and like, so tell me about tour. What is it like? What do I just want to know, because it's like, I want to, it just must be so cool to, hey, you made it, you did it, like you were there. So it's cool to have friends, and that's what I mean. Like some people like talk smack about those people. I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm like, no, that's so cool. Like they did it, you know, they're doing what we all wanted to do. And that's so cool.
So what do you want out of after the fair performance? What do you want out of it other than performing at the fair, which is a really great opportunity? But is there anything that you kind of like low key want to like expect out of it?
More fans, I guess.
Okay.
More people to hear my music, my original music. I want people to listen to my music that I write. Like that would be cool. I feel like so many people don't give new like music a chance, and I'm guilty of that. I am so guilty of that. I still listen to the same stuff that I've listened to since like high school. Mostly, I have recently gotten into some like newer music, but it is hard to get people to listen to your stuff. Like a lot of people, you know, because I have my music's on streaming platforms. A lot of people don't buy actual albums anymore, or actual, you know, their CDs CDs I heard are like back in now. I'm not sure if that's true, but I heard that like the younger generation, like the high school kids are into CDs again.
I heard vinyl outsold CD for the first time like a couple years ago.
Really?
Because people are collecting vinyl now instead.
Yeah.
But CDs were just dying breed kind of thing, or the dying product. But
someone gave me a cassette tape the other day at their show.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't have it, like a cassette tape. And they're like, yeah, they're in again. I'm like, wait, so I thought CDs were in. What is it? Is it vinyl cassettes?
Yeah.
Because I just listen, I do stream. I have, you know, I use a streaming service. Because that's just easier for me in my car. I don't, you know, and then also like just
it goes everywhere you go
around the house. I just put it on my Bluetooth, like listening, you know, to it. So I stream, but that's like been the hardest thing for me is getting people to like give my songs a chance because I think they'll go to one and like, oh, that's country, but my songs are so different that like it's not all the same. I don't really feel like I fall into a category, but I would love people to give my music more of a chance, my original songs. So that would be cool. And then also I'm going to be recording again. So August 3rd, I'm going to be in Long Beach recording a few more new songs. And it's totally different than anything that I've put out there recently. So I'm excited to kind of go back to my roots.
I feel like, I don't know, I have this idea for your music. It's like, I feel like you should make like scenery videos with your music in the background. And see if it catches on like on TikTok or something.
Okay, this is the sad story.
Oh.
I don't know how to TikTok.
We'll do that. We'll do one after. We'll do one after. That way it's
okay.
Yeah, one and done.
I don't know how to I have a TikTok. I sound like such an old lady right now. I have
Take your time.
TikTok. And I do go on there because I look at like recipes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I'm an old woman. But I see people that do that post their music on there and they post videos. But I feel like it's so hard. I'm like, okay, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's all these Snapchats and things. I cannot keep up. So I usually just post Facebook and Instagram since I can.
They're all together.
Yeah. But I know that I need to get on TikTok. My friend who plays music, she just went viral on TikTok, posting a video of her singing.
Yeah.
And so I know that I need to do it, but I need help a little bit. That's kind of where I struggle with content and stuff. And that's, as an artist, it's really hard because I feel like now as a musician, and you probably understand this too when you do podcasting, you kind of have to be able to do all of it. You need content. You need to you need to have people want to see visually pleasing videos and with a background and with a style. And the right lighting and like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like everything. So it is, you know, that's my goal this summer is to learn and actually kind of get as much content and stuff as I can so I can have it to like put it out there. And I know that's what I need to do, but it is hard for me because it is like something new and it is hard. I think a lot of musicians struggle with that. I know so many great musicians, they get so frustrated with social media because they're like, now I have to be an influencer. Like now I have to be, hi guys. Like, you know.
Depends what your goals are really.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple guys out there that talk about like, if you're really trying to go viral and stuff like that, it's 100 pieces of content a day. LinkedIn, Facebook, X, everything. As long as it adds up to 100 a day, and do it again and again
That's so
and again
hard. And
again.
it's already exhausting, like looking at my phone all the time and like checking messages, and
Yeah.
it's a lot mentally. Sometimes I want to just check out,
Yeah.
so it is hard. It's like you can't just make music, like, and put up a flyer and be like, come to my show, or like sell your albums. It's so different nowadays. Like you have to have content. So
Do you ever feel like you're being salesy when you post like, hey, I'm going to play here tonight or something like that?
you know what? No, I'm kind of used to that now.
Okay.
I am used to that now because I am also like, think of it as like, well, I'm supporting the business that's hired me to play.
Yeah.
So like, I post it anyway. But I also, it is hard because like some people, especially with social media, it's like some people don't see the post because it doesn't like bump up on their feed, or, they're not looking at the stories, or like, so you kind of have to post everywhere, and
Yeah.
it is weird. But no, I don't feel too advertising with that stuff. You just kind of have to do it. Like that stuff you just do. But I do feel like I wanted to do a post like recently where I was like, hey, listen to my album, or listen to this on streaming platform, like on all streaming platforms. But that's where I feel thirsty. But I'm almost like, why? Because it's my mute. Like, why do I feel bad to post that? Because it's like, that's what I'm doing. Like, so it's weird. It is. Sometimes I do feel a little strange, and I don't know. I don't want to seem too thirsty when it comes to that stuff, but it's also like, well, wait, it's my art. I made this, and I want to show people what I did. Hey, check this out. I did this.
Yeah.
And if some people like it, it's pretty great,
Yeah, like for the podcasting, the media side of it, my whole business is that's my business is podcasting, social media in a way. Because people have asked me, so hey, do you do social media management too? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I can. And then I focus so much on that I forget to post about myself.
Yes.
But recently I've been trying to post more, but at the same time, like I think about what I want to post, and then I end up not posting it. And that's one of the things like I try to be as genuine as possible without like thinking about it. And sometimes I'll look at the post I did and I'm just like, oh my God, why did I do that? But I let it live, It's just one of those things where like, I don't know if people are going to like it or not. But in a way, I'm just like, I want to be able to say like, I documented my life without caring what people said in a way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I still have that little voice in my head, it's like, nobody's going to like that.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to like you walking on the treadmill today. Nobody's gonna like it, and I posted it and like a lot of people liked it already, but it's just one of those things where like, okay, because I saw the lighting, it was terrible. Like you can see my double chin, my cheeks were like, I don't know, it was weird. And but then I get in here in the studio and you can see like the lighting is like way better.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. So I think we have like some like personal stuff we have to sometimes face here and there.
I think that people actually like when you're more vulnerable and you share things like that. I posted this video of me, like, I was insecure about my stomach area, and I posted a video, and I like was just being so silly and like just how I really am behind closed doors, just like my weird self. And so many people liked it and related and sent me messages and like laughing, like, oh my gosh, girl, I feel the same way. And then I was like, oh, people like when you're real and you're yourself. And it was funny. And then I got one hater, some guy was like, oh, you shouldn't be showing like your stuff. And I was like, and then I posted that about the guy who said that, and then everyone was just like, yeah, like screw that guy, be yourself. And it was so funny though. And so I do feel like sometimes it's usually when I don't overthink something and I just I'm just my weird self and comfortable. Like people tend to connect with you more and they tend to appreciate that more. And honestly, those people that like that and get my weird humor are the people that I'm kind of like, I like, those are the ones I want coming to my shows anyway. And I'm glad they like it. I can't take myself too seriously. And you have to be able to laugh at yourself and no, like even there's been times I've written a song and I'm like, this is not good. And I'll laugh, but you know what's weird about that? Yeah. Those are the songs people end up liking the most. The songs that I don't like that I've written always end up being the song that someone's like, oh, play this song. And I'm like, that song. I never do that song, but okay, they like this song and it's my least favorite song that I've written. So you never know. You know what I mean? I think we tend to overthink and like – 2nd guess ourselves constantly, and I've realized that sometimes you just gotta you can't overthink it. You're never going to put something out there. You're never going to finish it. You're never hey, this is, there's a balance though. Sometimes I'm like, do things really half-ass and I'm like, okay, I could have done that better. So it's,
I think also where you are in life too, because sometimes things are gonna be going good and you feel like you can post whatever you want, like you just have that confidence, and then things are going a little rocky and then you kind of really start doubting yourself sometimes. And I've had those moments. Like I remember when I had like my good times, like really good, like 2018, I lost all this weight, blah blah blah. I was posting, singing on the post and everything, and now it's like, wow, I haven't done it in a very long time. Why? And I started thinking about like, okay, what happened in life? But I'm excited for you at the fair.
Thanks. I'm too.
And
I'm a little nervous, to be honest.
Yeah.
A little nervous, but excited.
Yeah. I think it's going to be... Do they record video at all?
I don't think so. But I think I have a couple friends that are coming. They're
just going to put their phone out.
Yeah. And I always tell, like, please, if anyone ever... I always, like, take pictures. You tag me. But, no, I don't think anyone's recording any video there, but I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. So that's Friday the 17th.
Yep, July 17th.
Friday the 17th. What time? 7
p.m. to like 9 or 9:30, I think. Yeah.
Okay. And then do you have any, I know last time you were here, you sang a song. Do you have any, you're saying you're recording on August 3rd.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you can share with us that's going to come out soon? Or is that like the next thing?
The next thing is I'm recording August 3rd, and it'll probably take like a couple weeks to get all that like mastered and out there. So I'll be putting some new music out, and I still have all my little songs on like all streaming platforms, like my little albums out there. And, but yeah, I'm going to be recording again soon. So I'll have some more music out there. I just did a photo shoot. I just did a photo shoot. I was so nervous. That's my hardest thing. I do not like photos and videos of myself. It's hard, but I'm learning to get better about it. My friend Gina Foster, actually, she's like, hey, I'm doing a photo shoot with you. I have an idea. And so we went out to Morro Bay, and there was this cool building, and she was basically walking me through it and kind of teaching me. And I was laughing because the night before I did like look on TikTok, like how to pose for pictures, and how to like, they're like, oh, you want to keep movement. And it was telling, little poses, but I was laughing because no joke, I have a lot of props for models now because it's not that easy. It was like kind of tiring. I was like moving my body and like doing these like, so I haven't seen the edited photos yet, but I saw a couple and I'm excited for them. But
post them on Instagram. Actually,
it was really cute. Her little daughter, she has a 6-year-old daughter, brought a little camera too. And so she was taking pictures like while her mom was. And then afterwards we looked through them and they were so good. No, we were like, how did she do this? So I was like, I want that camera roll too, because it was so adorable. But her daughter really, she got some really good shots. I was like, whoa, like they were great. So I'm excited to see them.
Do you see yourself slowing down when school starts?
I said this last year and I didn't. So I'm saying yes now because I want to be able to work on writing more and actually have like self-care time. Yeah. Because during the school year, it's like I am 5 a.m. up, home by 5 p.m., in bed by 8. And then like weekends and I'm gigging. I don't have time to like take care of myself and do things I need to do for myself and just have time to just have fun and enjoy my time off. But so I am going to try to slow down. But we'll see, because I say that every year and then I don't. Also, we live in California and it's very expensive to live. So sometimes you got to hustle a little bit, so we'll see.
Might need to make a few bucks here and there to pay for a couple of things for sure. I know I always tell myself that because like right now I have like pretty steady stuff going on financially. And like I have there's a plan. There's like 6 months from now I'll be here. Like financially, I'm like, all right, cool. We're on. But then at the same time, it's like life happens. So you might have to pick up a client.
Yes.
Or for me, I might have to pick up a client, and you might have to pick up a gig.
Yes, that's how I feel all the time. And
it happens at the worst times too. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always, but what's next? But it's also hard to say no sometimes, because like I said, I do have fun. I think about it like I'm so lucky to still be doing that I get to do what I love and get to meet really cool people. And it's so beautiful here. And so it is hard to say no because, I've always, this is what I've always wanted to do is like play music and, I get to live in this beautiful place and, but during the school year, I'm exhausted. I am exhausted.
Yeah.
Working with kids is a lot of work. So
is there a possibility? I mean, is there a scenario where like, are there other artists who have been able to like make enough to say that's their living? Like, can you get to that point here in this area?
Yes.
From what you've noticed?
I do. I know a lot of the musicians I know here are full-time musicians and they're doing it. For me, it's hard. I think because I didn't grow up like super well off, so I'm always afraid that like my job that I have, my school job is secure, and I get health insurance and all of that stuff. And, that's important to have. And so I always think about this. I'm like, oh, I could totally just do this full time. I could gig and I could do lessons because I always had this dream of opening up like a space to do lessons. I want to do like singer-songwriter lessons for kids because I love doing that. And I would love to do, just like singing, singer-songwriter, beginning guitar. I love, especially like my little girl. I love teaching like girls because that was, especially they're so excited. Like that's how I was as a kid. I just wanted to perform and learn and sing and I loved it. So I do have this like little dream of opening a little place and I want to call it Katie's Corner. Oh, okay. And I want it to be like, music, guitar lessons and singing and then do like concerts, but like for kids, and make it real creative because I love helping like kids write their own songs. Like it's just so fun to hear it because they have so much to say and you teach them how to turn it into a song and it's just so fun. And I always think about that. I'm like, 'cause I could do it. I have so many people that ask me to give lessons and that they want singing lessons for their kids. However, the stability of my job, it is hard. I do go back and forth with that a lot. Yeah. However, again, like I have job security and with that, sometimes it's not always consistent. And also, like, I do, as much as I hate saying it, I feel like sometimes you can kind of age out of, like, I might not get booked, like, in another, like, few years, there might be some other young people that come out. And there's so many talented musicians around here where it's, there's so many upcoming artists, too, that are just, like, moving out here and they sound amazing. So, but yeah, maybe one day if I ever inherit some money, I can just okay, I'm opening up Katie's Corner, and that would be like my dream, and it'd be so fun. But for now, I'm kind of good where I'm at.
You don't have to say it out loud, but do you have a number in mind what it would be to just go full-time music?
What do you mean, like how much I'd have to make a year?
Yeah.
I would have to be making like at least $70,000 a year to go full-time music. Okay. Yeah, to just survive here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
even then, you can argue that's not enough sometimes. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know it's hard. But I mean, I'm a very simple person. I'm so simple when it comes to living. I don't need a bunch of stuff. I still haven't even bought a new guitar. I know I need to. Like it's so hard for me to spend money on myself, like to like buy new things. And so many people are like, oh, I got this, they check out my pedal board, check out my new guitar. Like they buy new guitars all the time. And they always spend, I've had the same guitar since high school. Like my Larrabee, it's actually kind of, it's kind of broken actually. I'm just trying to fix it up. And then I bought this kind of cheap Seagull guitar that's like my in case that one, I have those too. But, I've always wanted a Martin, if you're out there, sponsor me. But no, they're so nice, but it's, it's just one of those things that it's hard for me to spend money on myself. Like even gear wise, like, I'm like, if it's not broke, why do you need a new one? So I was raised like that. My dad was like, all right, you don't get new shoes until there's holes in them, He bought like me, like size, like 2 sizes too big when I was a kid, like just you'll grow into them. Yeah, you'll grow into them. You'll grow. So that's how I am with like everything. Like, all right, well, that's fine, just, But I know I need to get better about that stuff. I need to give myself some grace. So
yeah. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with before we end the show? Any fun facts about you? Any interesting things that nobody has ever asked you or you've revealed? Are you naturally a redhead?
Oh God. I was born like naturally. I was born Auburn, like an Auburn brown.
Okay.
And then yes, but it's not, no, this is not my natural. Thank you, Mariah, for my hair. At Bluebird Collaborative. She's great. But no, I don't know. I actually like, thank you, Paso, for being so kind to me. I'm still so grateful. Like I think about that every time I play here. And even tonight, like the locals are so awesome. And I'm very, very lucky to be here. Like I'm not trying to like, brown nose anybody. I really am grateful. And I've met so many cool people. I finally feel like home here.
That's
like this
good.
is like my home, and I'm very lucky to be here. And thank you for having me back.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I know. I was excited to have you back, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, what's new? And then you told me everything that's new. I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
gotta have you back. So that's awesome. Yeah, I think Paso's gonna keep growing. So that's why I keep asking those questions, like, what's the number? What's this? Like, do you daydream? Because Paso, I think, is gonna keep growing.
If it is, for
So
sure.
in my head, I don't see you slowing down, even though you said yes. And I feel
know,
like
I
something's
don't.
gonna happen. I like to call it out now in case it does. And I'm like, see, I told you.
Someone told me when I first moved here, because I wasn't playing music, and they were like, you're going to be a star or something.
wow.
And I was like,
Yeah.
no, but I always tell my friends in LA, I say I'm small town famous. And I'm like, that's good enough for me. I get to play the fair now. So I've made the big time. So I feel pretty good here, and I'm just happy to be doing what I love. So
Well, I'm happy you're doing what you love, and
thank you.
congratulations one more time.
Thank you.